with today's meeting. Thank you for being here. This is the Gary Sanitary District meeting. Today's Friday, August 15th. Will everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next we will have roll call.
Commissioner William Allen,
Present.
Commissioner Ola Morris, Commissioner Willie Cook,
Present.
Commissioner Frida Graves, Attorney Nick,
Present.
Executive Director Reagan Hatcher,
Present.
Finance Manager Jerome Foster.
Present.
And that's the end of roll call.
Okay, and with all present, we do have a quorum. Next on the agenda, we'll switch things around a little bit. We would like to open up for public expression. We have a guest that would like to speak.
Good afternoon, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. My name is Joe Zampano. I'm an attorney with Denton Bingham Greenbaum. I'm here on behalf of 3 customer communities of the Gary Sanitary District. Those are the City of Lake Station, the City of Hobart, and the Maryville Conservancy District, to express their objection to Resolution 2525 and request that the district's attempt to impose increased rates on these communities through this proceeding be rejected. Lake Station, Hobart, and Maryville Conservancy District are all wholesale contract customers of the district who each pay the district to treat their wastewater pursuant to contracts. In late 2024, when the district told the customer communities that intended to renegotiate their contracts, the customer communities responded, noting their objections to the rate they believed the district wished to charge at the time, but indicated their willingness to negotiate increased rates to facilitate the district's compliance with a consent decree, among other things. For unknown reasons, however, the district has refused to negotiate with the customer communities, instead apparently seeking to simply impose new rates upon them without any discussion or providing a basis to do so. Because this was inconsistent with the terms of the contract governing the relationships and to protect their rights, the customer communities filed a petition with the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission in November 2024. There, the customer communities asked the IURC to determine whether the rates proposed by the district were reasonable under the law. Rather than engage in that proceeding, the district instead filed a federal lawsuit asking the federal court to conclude that the customer communities had no right to challenge the reasonableness of the proposed increased rates in the IURC proceeding, and instead asked the federal court to simply declare that the rates were required by the consent decree. The customer communities have moved to dismiss that case for lack of jurisdiction, and the court has yet to rule on that motion, so that case is still pending. Apparently unsatisfied with the pending proceeding, the district has now decided that it will simply approve the rates itself and declare that the customer communities have to pay them. To be clear, neither the district nor the city of Gary have the legal ability to simply decide what their contract partners have to pay under a contract. The only legal options are to either operate under the contracts, which require negotiation, or to obtain approval for the new rates from the IURC. As a result, the adoption of any new rates for the customer communities by the district or the city is legally invalid and runs contrary to Indiana law. The customer communities accordingly ask the district to undo any efforts to adopt such rates, as such efforts are inconsistent with Indiana law. Instead, the customer communities invite the district to enter into good faith negotiations concerning the increased rates. As part of that process, the customer communities request that the district provide information previously requested by council concerning the basis for the rates. In particular, the customer communities request that the district provide additional information concerning the data and assumptions underlying the cost of service study prepared by Burns and McDonnell, upon which the district relies in support of the new rates. It's clear to the customer communities that there are many issues with the cost of service study, which would undermine its conclusions and fail to support the rates that the district apparently now demands the customer communities pay. We are confident that the cost of service study and its underlying data and assumptions that a review of the cost of service study and its underlying data and assumptions will reveal to the IURC that the rates the district has adopted are not reasonable because they do not properly tie the charges to the customer communities to the costs that each of those communities impose on the system. Just like the district and the city of Gary, each of the customer communities are responsible for ensuring that they are good stewards of their constituents' money. Thus, they simply cannot agree to any new rates until they first understand the rationale and support for doing so. As a result, I'm here to request again on the behalf of the customer communities that the district halt any efforts to try to impose new rates upon the customer communities and instead engage in a collaborative discussion with them to resolve these issues. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chairman, members of the board, I'm Mayor Josh with the City of Hobart. As you guys know, and I'm sure your constituents are feeling it as well, NIPSCO's rate increase and the unjustification of such, or the appearance of unjustification of such. We're not opposed, the City of Hobart and the customer communities are not opposed to the rate increase. What we're just simply asking this board to do is to collectively negotiate in good faith some type of understanding and moving forward. We're not against the rate increase. We understand cost, everything's going up. We're asking to come together as good community neighbors do and work together to reach a collaborative agreement. You see, I believe the mayors in the area are plotting forward and doing a good job of bringing the region together. I feel like this kind of this notion that you're just moving forward with it doesn't necessarily demonstrate that. And what it does is it creates a bigger divide amongst the communities. We understand costs are going up. We have that too in our community. One thing that I have to, as elected official, and Mayor Melton and the board does as well, is justify the cost. We're just asking on behalf of our residents, as your residents, if the shoe was on the other foot, that we would come together and be able to reach a mutual agreement so that you can go back to your constituents, we can go back to ours, and demonstrate that the rate increase, maybe it is fair, maybe it is not, but it is our duty to make sure that we come together, negotiate that, and reach an agreement so that I can go to my constituents in good faith and let them know that, hey, we got together, this is what it is, this is the cost. And that's all we're simply asking. We're not asking you to not do it eventually. We're asking to come together, reach a mutual agreement so that we're not battling this out forever and that we can have a good continued partnership moving forward. So my request today is that potentially you guys either decline it or table it, get together with the customer communities, bring that back together and work together on a solution so that we can plot this forward and continue to build the strong relationships in the region. So thank you.
Do we have any other requests to speak?
We do. We had Emmanuel Smith, but I believe he's with Mrs. Carter to discuss his bill directly. But that was all.
Okay. If there's no more public expression, we will move on with our agenda. Next on the agenda, we have certification, and I'll read aloud. Pursuant to Indiana law, section 5-14-1.5-6.1, I certify that prior to the start of today's meeting, there was an executive session held. There was nothing discussed in the executive session that was not indicated on the posted notice. Being in compliance with Indiana statutes, there were no final votes held during the executive session. Does any member dissent? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the bid opening. This is for sanitary sewer repair work within the vicinity of 2101 Broadway. We have a total of 3 bids. The first is from LGS Plumbing Inc., located at 1110 East Summit Street, Crown Point, Indiana. Okay, we have, I'll read out loud the 4 line items. First is alternate 1, which is remove and replace. We have a total cost of $239,000. Alternate number 2 is CIPP lining, which is at a cost of $178,340. Alternate 3, pipe bursting. Total amount is $251,200. And then for the pavement repair work, that costs $46,300. And again, that was from LGS Plumbing. Next is from Metz Sewer Plumbing and Pumping, located at 1601 Louisiana Street, Gary, Indiana. Alternate 1, which is remove and replace, $225,700. Alternate 2, concrete lining, $169,000. Alternate 3, pipe bursting, $235,000. And then for the pavement repair work, $43,000. And that was from Metz Sewers. And then last, we have from Gary Up Construction Company, located at 3965 Harrison Street, P.O. Box 64879, Gary, Indiana. We have an alternate 1 cost of $367,500. Alternate 2 cost of no bid. No bid for alternate 3, which is for pipe bursting. And then for pavement repair work, total cost is $48,500. Okay, that concludes the bid openings. We will have staff review, and maybe by the end of new business, we'll have a recommendation. Okay, next on the agenda brings us to minutes. We have 1.1 executive session and regular meeting minutes for August 1st. What is the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair, I move for passage of the minutes as presented.
Okay, motion's been made. Is there a second? Motion's been made and properly seconded for approval of executive and regular meeting minutes for August 1st. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call for minutes.
Commissioner Graves? Yes. Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes with 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, the minutes have been approved. Next on the agenda, we have new business 2.1. This is in regards to payroll, Mr. Foster.
Thank you. I'll make a recommendation. I recommend a motion to approve GSW, if I can speak today. I recommend a motion to approve GSD payroll earnings for period ending July 14th, 2025 through July 27th, 2025, in the amount of $305,846.32.
Okay, after hearing the overview and recommendation from staff for acceptance of payroll in the amount of $305,846.32, what is the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair, again, I move for passage of this motion. and amount presented.
Thank you. Motion's been made. Is there a second? Motion's been made and properly seconded for acceptance of payroll. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Graves? Yes. Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris? Yes. Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes, 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, payroll has been approved. Next brings us to 2.2. This is resolution number SD 25-25. This is establishing wastewater treatment fees for contract communities.
Thank you, Mr. President. And first, I'd just like to say thank you to Mayor Huddleston and council for coming out today to speak on the fees. This process started long before I came to be the executive director of the Gary Sanitary District. And I also know that this is something that has been being worked on by Taft, who represents the Gary Sanitary District in this matter. It is their recommendation to us based on their direction from the Department of Justice and the EPA that this board increase the rates to the contract communities, to the industrial wastewater users here in the city of Gary, to the commercial wastewater users here in the city of Gary, industrial and commercial stormwater users here in the city of Gary. So the Department of Justice and the Environmental Protection Agency and IDEM are all requiring the Gary Sanitary District to increase rates in order to support the long-term control plan so that these overflows that we have from more wastewater than we're able to treat at one time, now we can expand and be able to do that. So, and I'd also like to say, I know Mayor Melton will always remain open and willing to discuss any of this at any time that the contract communities and their council is prepared to do so. So saying that, and I'm not trying to shift the responsibility, but we are under the requirement of the Department of Justice to make these changes to our rates. In that, 2.2 is a resolution to increase the contract community wastewater treatment fees, and 2.3 is a resolution to increase the industrial and commercial Gary users' wastewater treatment fees.
Okay, thank you for the overview. No, unfortunately, I'm sorry. Understood. After hearing the overview for 2.2, what is the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair, I move for passage of 2.2.
Motion's been made for 2.2. Is there a second? Motion's been made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 2.2? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Graves? Yes. Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris? Yes. Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes, 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, 2.2 has been approved. Next, we have 2.3, resolution number SD 25-26.
Again, Mr. Chair, this is the increase in the commercial and industrial rates for the Gary Sanitary District, and this is limited to Gary commercial and industrial customers.
Okay, for 2.3, what is the pleasure of the board?
I move for passage, Mr. Chair.
Is there a second? Motion's been made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Graves? Yes. Commissioner Cook,
Yes.
Commissioner Morris, Commissioner Allen.
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes, 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, 2.3 has been approved. Next, we have 2.4.
Mr. This is for the emergency repair at 1132 Pennsylvania Street. This is an amount not to exceed $159,400.
Okay, after hearing the overview for 2.4, which is to ratify work done by Met Sewers for repair work within the vicinity of 1132 Pennsylvania Street for a not to exceed amount of $159,400. What is the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair, I move for passage of 2.4 as presented.
Motion's been made. Is there a second? Motion's been made and properly seconded. Any discussion on item 2.4? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Graves? Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris? Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes with 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, 2.4 has been approved. Next, we have claims, 3.1. Mr. Foster?
Thank you. I recommend a motion to approve GSD claim numbers 1580 through 1694 in the amount of $760,996.53.
Okay, we have a recommendation for acceptance of claims in the amount of $760,996.53. What is the pleasure of the board?
I move for passage again of the items presented in 3.1.
Okay, motion's been made for acceptance of claims. Is there a second? Motion's been made and properly seconded. Any discussion on claims? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Graves? Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris? Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes, 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, claims have been approved. Next on the agenda, we have 3.2. This is financial report and documentation. There's no vote that's required for this. Is there, I guess, anything you would like to add, finance?
Basically, the packet is in your packet here, and then, of course, we will, any additional conversations will be based on committee meetings.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have information updates, superintendent's report. Austin?
All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So right now, we have a lot of corrective maintenance activities going on at Headworks. The rakes and the detritus tanks were overwhelmed by the rain event we had this past Wednesday. So right now, we're trying to figure out, pump the tank down all the way so we can see if there's a lot of obstructions, like trash or debris that came in. And working with Jabez and the engineering team, we're going to see whether or not the rakes need to be redesigned or further strengthened to be able to handle the intense flows we get when we have like 130 plus rain. So that's going on right now, and the maintenance team will be working on the weekend to pump down the tank because we didn't have the proper materials this week actually to do it. We have certification training. The last class of that for the operators is next week. It was 10 weeks, and it went really well. We held it here in the boardroom, in the conference room, and hopefully with this class, it'll help the operators pass their certification exam. The administration building HVAC has been repaired, as you can feel now. And David and the instrumentation team's working on creating a plan to make sure we don't run into this issue again where AC is out for months on end. And also, more importantly, we're working on getting cooling equipment in various areas of PLCs throughout the plant, as well as outside the plant at our lift stations. We've been having a lot of issues with equipment short-circuiting or controls not functioning because of previous incorrect rewires, and also not having the proper cooling equipment to make sure that the controls are at a good temperature where they don't overheat and cause us to lose function in different pumps. So we have a lot of quotes that are being processed in order to get those rectified over the next couple of weeks. And those are my reports.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? All right, thank you so
All right,
much.
Thank you.
Next, we have under information updates, construction activities. Mr. Anderson?
Greetings, Board. Everything's pretty much rolling along just fine. The Lake Street drainage improvements and road reconstruction project, the milling and repaving of the parking lots, or the parking lane that's on the outside of the street is currently happening and it will start Monday. And then in the future, they'll be completing the rest of the punch list items, which includes the asphalt repair, and then some of the additional work, which includes the driveway installation, the sign installation, and then lighting relocation. The US 20 Complete Street project is also moving. We're coordinating with NIPSCO to get the gas line removed, to remove that conflict, and then to have the old electrical poles removed. The contract, or our contractor, is starting the work on the storm sewer installation sometime middle of the next week, so around Wednesday, that'll be starting. They'll be blocking off the north side of US 20, and then when the gas line starts, when they start doing the gas relocation, they're looking to block the south lane of US 20, and then that'll leave the middle lanes open for traffic. On the 27th and Chase Force Main relocation, they're continuing to work on 19th Avenue. Right now, they're installing that doghouse, or a doghouse manhole, I should say, over the 72-inch interceptor, and then they'll just continue working on the gravity bypass system. So they'll be at 19th for a little bit. And then as far as the cave-ins go, the cave-in on 35th and MLK has been completed. And then we're making progress on the emergency project for 11th in Pennsylvania. And those are my construction projects updates.
Do we have any comments or questions on the construction activities? All right, thank you. You know what? We'll actually circle back to you too. Thank you for the updates. Are you prepared to circle back and give a recommendation for the?
Let me look over these. I actually have a
Okay.
question that I'll be asking the contractors to get a little bit of clarification.
Okay.
And then I'll come back next board
At the
meeting with that.
next board meeting? Okay,
Yeah, with that
perfect.
recommendation.
Okay, next on the.
Mr.
Yep.
President, we do have the third person who was signed up to speak
Yeah.
back in the room. Okay.
Yeah, I'll revisit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're fine. At this point, are there any items to be discussed? Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Next on the agenda, we're back to request to speak.
We have Mr. Emmanuel Smith.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Smith. I'm here as a citizen, Gary citizen, with a complaint. My complaint is with customer service. The ability to talk to someone in person is a concern. And when I try to call, I've called every day this week with an issue that should have been resolved a month ago. I don't want to really call out names, but in this situation, I have to. I've called Ms. Daphne every day this week, starting Monday, even till today. Also called Ms. Carter every day up until today. To Ms. Carter's credit, I did get a call from her at 11:58 when my phone rang about the issue. But also, I have a complaint against the regular customer service people. Some of them are very rude. And my problem was kind of complex, but I had proof that I paid my bill but I couldn't get anybody to really understand that. I brought proof today that the bill was paid from my bank, and I was concerned because I got a cutoff notice that stated that my service would be cut off Monday. And I've frantically been trying to get in contact with somebody all week, to no avail. But again, to Mrs. Carter's credit, we did get a chance to talk today. But I don't think this should be happening. When you could prove that you made a payment, I shouldn't be going back and forth like this. I wouldn't be coming up here, spending my valuable time, if I didn't think this was important. So I have a recommendation, and then I'm done. Someone should review the call logs of when the public call to see how the customer service how they talking to the customers. Someone should review the call log when somebody's calling and never get a return. I could prove to you on my phone, every call I made, no return. So this is why I'm here in person, to address that issue. I pay my bills, and it shouldn't have took all this for me to come and address the board at this matter. Again, you need to review your call logs with your customer service people and even those higher up. And maybe this will be prevented. Because I got the feeling that the last month or so, it's been very, very difficult to talk to someone in person or even on the phone. And that shouldn't be happening. And if so, you shouldn't be getting a cutoff letter and you can't talk to anybody. And this is my first time here. Hopefully I don't have to come back. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. President, can I just address, not necessarily Mr. Smith's direct comments, but just to say that we have closed the location at 504 Broadway. And starting next Wednesday, we're starting something called Concerned Wednesdays, where customers can come here to GSD between the hours of 9 and 1 every Wednesday to talk to someone in person. We understand that sometimes these issues, and we apologize to Mr. Smith for not receiving a call back, but some of these issues do need to be handled in person. And because of that, we will have those hours open once a week for those who have complex issues, who may need to come and speak to us in person. So we just closed the 504 location at the end of, middle of July, and so now we're transferring over to this new system. So we just ask that the customers and the public be patient with us as we get our new process down. We did it in order to save money for the district, for the same reasons that we discussed with the contract community rates and the commercial industrial rates. We're working on coming into compliance with the federal regulators, and to do that, we had to cut back in certain areas. But we want the customers to know that, yes, you still can come in. It will be in our newsletter that went out last week saying what days, what times they can come in to the office here at GSD. Thank you.
Can you also touch on the Dropbox? I know in the past, questions have come up.
Yeah, and so our Dropbox now is still active at the 504 location until the 20th of this month, but our new Dropbox is already set up at the police station right outside the front door of the police station at 555 Polk. We are looking for additional locations. I had an offer just yesterday from our Calumet Township trustee, Ty Atkins, to put one at the township building because they do assist with that. And so, they can come in and get the assistance and then be able to put that payment directly into our Dropbox outside. So we're talking to her about that. But right now, you can drop off at 555 Polk Street, right outside of the police department. Very safe location. Police coming in and out all the time, so please feel free to go there and drop off.
Let me ask this question. What will we do about the failure to have him get callbacks?
We will talk to the customer, and I will personally work with Ms. Carter on making sure that that happens. I'm not sure if we need to look for a specific person when we call customer service. We have approximately 8 customer service representatives, so they should be able to talk to anybody, not just the one person that they had spoken to in the past. So I'll work with Ms. Carter on that just to ensure that anyone can answer anybody's call.
Thank you. Are there any more requests to speak?
No, sir.
Is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Is there a second? All right, meeting is adjourned. Gary Stormwater Management District meeting, today's Friday, August 15th. Can we please have roll call?
Director William Allen.
Present.
Director Ola Morris. Director Willie Cook.
Present.
Director Frida Graves. Attorney Nick Snow.
Present.
Executive Director Reagan Hatcher. Finance Manager Jerome Foster.
Present.
And that's the end of roll call?
Thank you. With all present, with 4 members present, 1 absent, we do have a quorum. Next on the agenda, we have our public hearing. This is for the proposed change for fees for stormwater customers.
Good afternoon, Board.
Good afternoon.
Today, we're here to ask for, this is going to be the public meeting as it relates to the resolution number SW 2503. And we're here today because we're asking that you consider, as the board, increases in our stormwater rates. As you know, stormwater was created here because of the Clean Water Act, and our rates have not been increased since 2011. As you know, we've had increases in everything, water bill, electric bills, everything. But we have done our best here to try to keep our rates stable. This rate increase will only be, or only will affect various, it will not affect residential. So every person who's residential, your churches, that will not be affected. It will be basically on commercial and industrial. So I believe you have the list in your packages, and I can go through that for the public. As it relates to agriculture, and I will say that the rates here are based on rates of communities that are surrounding us. So our rates will not be more than any other community, any local community. I also did research for Indianapolis, which is, of course, different from our size, as well as some cities like Lafayette, which are similar size. And I also looked at Fort Wayne rates. So our rates are pretty competitive rates, and those rates will not be more than any other area, any other Lake County area. So as it relates to agriculture, we're talking about 20 acres or less, it'll be $4 per month. Greater than that will be 20 cents per acre. For industrial land, $5 for 20 acres or more, 25 cents for 20 acres or more. Industrial will be $1.62 per month. Commercial vacant will be 20 acres or less, $5 per month. Greater than the 20 acres is 25 cents per month. Commercial apartments with 4 to 19 units will be $62 per month. All other commercial units which have over per month. And 50 a month. Duplex $5 per month. Residential condos $5 per month. Residential structure month. $7 per month. County, state, or just 50 $15 per month. Cemetery per month. Not be properties, utility land, point less is 75 cents, 0.2 is $4 per is cent per month, or per acre, I'm sorry. Heat and assess LP. 100 pipeline, 20 acres or less is $5 per month. Greater than 20 acres is 25 cent per month, per acre per month. Sewage, phone, and water utilities will be $162 per month. And that, in essence, is our property code. Same list of properties that we had in our previous ordinance. And I would just ask for consideration to pass this. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to try to answer those.
Attorney Monroe, can you indicate kind of where you got these numbers from? Did you look at other communities?
Local communities, surrounding local communities, and based on number, again, those numbers are the to try to be competitive. And again, our rates have not increased since 2011.
There's, I up to from the public in regard to the raising next is the pleasure.
Move for the minutes as presented as first 25.
Is there a second? Motion's been made and properly seconded. Any discussion on the minutes? Okay, hearing none, roll call?
Director Graves? Director Cook?
Yes.
Director Morris? Director Allen?
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes, 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, the minutes for August 1st have been approved. Next is new business. We have 2.1. This is for payroll. Mr. Foster?
Thank you. I recommend a motion to approve GSWMD payroll earnings for period ending July 14th, 2025 through July 27th, 2025, in the amount of $9,466.95.
Okay, thank you for the overview. What is the pleasure of the board for 2.1?
Mr. Chair, I move for passage.
Motion's been made for 2.1. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and properly seconded for 2.1. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call?
Director Graves? Director Cook?
Yes.
Director Morris? Director Allen?
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes, 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, payroll has been approved, amount of $9,466.95. Next, we have 2.2, this is resolution SW 25-03.
Mr. In the table, going over some language of change, so I would ask that you table it until next meeting, please.
Item,
Mr. Chair.
motion's been made. Is there a second? Motion's been made and properly seconded. Roll call?
Director Graves? Director Cook?
Yes.
Director Morris? Director Allen?
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes with 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, 2.2 has been tabled until next meeting. Next, we have 2.3. This is change order number 2 with Rimmer Construction for the Lake Street Drainage Improvements Project.
That's what we just tabled.
I thought 2.2 is tabled.
Yes.
Yeah, 2.3 is the change order for Rimmer.
You're reading from the first agenda prior to the changes.
Do I have the wrong agenda? Oh, okay. I'm sorry for that, everyone. Gotcha, okay. Next on the agenda, we have claims. And this is 3.1, Mr. Foster. Sorry about that, everyone.
No, not a problem, sir. First, I will be changing the amount, so I just want to make indication of that. I recommend a motion to approve W claims in numbers 96, actually 95 through 97, okay, in the amount of $7,535.31.
Can you repeat that number again?
$7,535.31. This indicates what's in your packet.
Okay. So it's just a typo on the agenda then? Okay. So we have 3.1, this is claims, numbers 86 through 94, in the amount of $7,535.31. What is the pleasure of the board?
90.
I move for passage.
It's 95 through 97.
Yes, 90 through 90.
It is $5. What is the pleasure of the board for
Move for
3.1?
passage on the corrected amount, Mr. Chair.
Pardon me?
I move for passage on the corrected amount, or the amended amount.
Motion's been made for the amended item for claims. Is there a second? Motion's been made and properly seconded. Any discussion on claims? Hearing none, roll call.
Director Graves? Director Cook?
Yes.
Director Moore? Director Allen?
Yes.
The vote is 4 ayes with 0 noes.
With 4 ayes and 0 noes, 3.1 as amended has been approved. Next, we have 3.2, which is just acknowledgement for the financial reporting submitted in our packets for our record. This is between the period of April 1st of 2025 to June 30th. Any comments or questions on the report for 3.2? No motion is needed. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to information updates. 4.1, we have MS4 updates.
Good afternoon, board and staff and attendees. For the, in your board packages, you will find the MS4 monthly report. We have the meeting on Monday, and this is the documents that we are sharing with you, which also include a checklist of the audit that we are preparing for, just so that you can know about the content of what we are prepping for. So on September 18th, IDEM will be here to conduct an audit on our construction and post-construction activities over the permit period. Our staff and our team have been preparing accordingly, Also, we've shared information with the city so that, because they are a part of that approval process for construction permits. And we are also doing extensive inspection and stories of best practices. We've constructed water management. Inspectors have gone out to inspect most of those. We put in work orders so that we can begin maintenance on some of these sites. We're not certain what IDEM will choose from. They're looking for 1 to 3 sites to visit, as well as some post-construction sites to visit, and we want to make sure that we have some things in order. Of course, I'm going to make some recommendations on what they should look at, but it's up to them at their discretion as to what sites that they will choose to look at. So it's in our best interest to at least, work orders in place and know that we are doing our part to make sure that we're maintaining the city of Gary's stormwater BMPs that are in place. There are also privately owned stormwater post-construction systems that have been put in. That's also a part of this inspection. So it's city-owned properties as well as privately owned construction sites that the regulators will be inspecting on that day. I think that's all I have to share, but if you have any questions, I'll be happy to respond.
Do we have any comments or questions for MS4?
And one other thing to emphasize is, as you can see, the workload for the stormwater program is constantly increasing, and there's not a full-time staff for stormwater, so that we know there's going to become a need for us to increase not only staff, but also to increase equipment that we need in order to do those stormwater BMPs. That's anywhere from street sweeping to cleanup to maintaining these structural BMPs that we have in place, which is also the same thing, maintenance and cleanup. So just to let you know, expenses, more demand is coming up on cities. Everyone know that the stormwater program was an unfunded mandate, meaning that we had to identify ways to implement this, which resulted in the stormwater fees. And now we know that what we did in the past, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, things changing revenue in order.
Right.
We have one, Cardell Smith.
Good afternoon, Board,
afternoon.
everyone.
Good afternoon.
We're here because we're a landlord, and we received a letter from Gary Sanitary District maybe about a month or two ago stating that the old tenants are leaving sewer bills, and they're holding us responsible, that they want to put a lien on our property. We're here today to say, why would we be responsible for someone else's usage of being in that property? We just don't understand why we would get that letter stating that.
Further to elaborate, on some of the bills over the years with tenants, and initially, we would try to put the bill in our names, and they wouldn't let us. So we had to do what we could. But what they were doing, they were allowing tenants to extend or get payment plans on the bill. So when bills would be in normal range of 100, 200, they would put them on payment plans. At the same token, they would reach out and run the bill up even higher, and they extended the payment plan again. So when it plateaued to $1,000, $2,000, and then they walk away from the property. So we had no control over that. It was kind of hard to regulate the bills when you have several tenants. And so now they're talking about, you guys are talking about city leaning on the properties, and they're going back. And it's ironic because they're going back to when the property was purchased 20 years ago. And again, nothing was said. So when I would go down there to pay the bill, she would go down and pay the bill, we would ask what owed, they would tell us. We would pay the bill. But now they allowed the bills to get so far out that for the average person, it's almost unreachable to pay $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 when we could have headed this off a long time ago. So maybe it's a nomenclature, but maybe it's on both parts. So this is where we have issues with. We work real hard to maintain some of these properties, in Gary, and some of them you maintain them just enough to make it affordable for people. You can't sometimes go out and spend $100,000, $200,000 to rehab a property. You don't turn, so you try to keep the rest and sell the location of property. Suffering because of the choice probably we made, but as though because you at that time you should know the fact and what something to that nature. I don't know how the verbiage to use to exactly express myself, but I think you're getting the nature of what I'm saying. So that's what we're here today, because again, if you're going to mean the property, we can't afford it. That means that if we do sell the property, you're going to take the profits, or you're going to take the properties from us. So this is our concern.
Thank you for your comment. If you don't mind just sticking around after the meeting, so that your situation can be discussed with staff in more detail. We do appreciate you for coming forward and sharing your concerns.
Okay. I would like to add, I took off here to this meeting today, and I went to the original 504 Broadway, and it's no longer there, and no one could tell us where the meeting was. We were running around like crazy today. We called the city hall. They didn't know. They transferred over to someone's voicemail. So here we are riding around the city trying to figure it out, where to go. And thank goodness, I had to call someone out of town that's on Facebook, and they were able to locate us to get here. So we would have been here a little earlier.
Oh, you're fine. And
So
sorry
maybe-
for the confusion, too.
Yeah, maybe City Hall and, someone else would know where to direct people when they're trying to get to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Mr. President, if they could see our customer service manager, Janelle Carter, in the back here, maybe they can go ahead and start speaking with her now.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
And our meetings are always at this location. Our 504 location was only our customer service. But meetings are always here at home base.
Thank you. Do we have any more requests to speak?
No, sir.
If we don't have any more requests to speak, is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Is there a second? All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.